He's a tough guy, and he's been loyal so...
I want him dead!
As an actor, you're expected to play dead once in a while. Sean Bean has made a career out of it. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 Sean Bean deaths. For this list, we've taken the most brutal and creative ways Sean Bean's characters have died in film or on TV, and have matched them all together for you. Please enjoy the bloodbath, but do be warned, there are definite spoilers ahead, so spoiler alert.
Sounds good, doesn't it?
I don't feel a thing.
Number 10, High Strung, Henry VIII.
The last thing I want is a former comrade taking up arms against me.
Particularly when the odds are so against you.
This historical drama shows what happens when you get in the way of a horny king who wants to chant state and church for his own benefit.
I return after a month at court. Having secured our every demand, I think a hero's welcome is in order.
Our man Mr. Bean plays lawyer-turned-rebellion leader Robert Ask, and needless to say, the monarch isn't exactly happy about him stirring up trouble in York.
Don't kill him, I want him alive.
To the point where the king actually deceives him into implicating himself of treason, so he can honor Mr. Ask with a send-off appropriate of such a criminal.
If he falls unconscious, make sure you wake him. I want his death to last a full 3 days.
Way to hang in there, Sean.
God bless holiness the poor. God bless. No one shall Catholic the Church.
Number 9, Buried Alive, Don't Say a Word.
Surgeon General was right. Cigarettes can kill.
Go back. Is there a problem?
Go back!
The life of a professional thief can be rough, especially when your crew backstabs you and takes a gem worth $10 million that you rightfully stole.
You have a pro bono patient. Her name is Elizabeth Burrows. A very disturbed girl. She has a 6-digit number in her head, locked away in her troubled mind. She guards it with her life.
Determined to get even, Sean Bean hunts down the daughter of the traitor in order to acquire the gem's location that's lost somewhere in her memories.
Look, I will get you the number. Just don't hurt her.
43 minutes.
Unfortunately, he forgot he was in a Michael Douglas movie, so he didn't stand much of a chance. Hope you can hold your breath, Sean. Number 8, the first of many, Caravaggio.
You haven't f***ed me. Yet.
Rent boy, pay off your gambling debts.
Piss off, will ya? It's my business. I pay the bills.
You? You pay the bills?
This is it, folks, the first film where Sean Bean died. And it wasn't a pretty one either.
Takes a thief to catch a thief. Give me a hand.
In a film that follows the life of gifted young painter Caravaggio, who enjoyed the pleasures of men and women alike, Bean played one of 2 lovers caught in a bizarre love triangle with the artist.
She's pregnant.
F***ing marvellous. You piss artist. It's gonna cost you.
After jealousy caused him to murder his girlfriend, who happened to be Caravaggio's other lover, he gets quite the response.
You murdered her.
For you. For us.
You murdered her.
Ain't love a bitch?
The first light of dawn falls through the open window of my bedroom. A swallow flies in and swoops, dark as an arrow, along the beam, landing with its wings spread, black as a crucifix on the wall.
Number 7, do not mess with Harrison Ford, Patriot games.
Bloody proud of yourself, aren't you? Stuck your nose in where it didn't belong.
Now you've killed my baby brother.
Talk about overkill. As the leader of an Irish terrorist group, Sean Bean spends this movie gunning after Harrison Ford for killing his younger brother during a kidnapping attempt gone wrong.
Yeah.
How's the family, Ryan? Nearly lost them, didn't you? It's easy to get at them. You should look after your family better, you know.
A memorable and vengeful villain, he unfortunately forgot that screwing around with Harrison Ford will ultimately lead to a very painful, if not very awesome death. Cue the anchor, and cue the explosion. Number 6, treading upon his dreams, equilibrium.
I've owned my dreams. I have spread my dreams under your feet. Tread softly, because you tread on my dreams.
Definitely not one to laugh at. This is one of the more emotional deaths that Bean has portrayed.
How long, Preston? Till all this is gone? Till we've burned every last bit of it?
In a world where emotion and expression are outlawed, Bean and his partner, played by Christian Bale, are enforcement officers that execute sense offenders, those citizens who oppose the law and live outside of it.
It's gone. Everything that makes us what we are, traded away.
There's no war. No murder.
What is it you think we do?
After succumbing to emotion and thus sealing his fate, Bean quotes Yeats' poetry before being executed by his partner.
Don't.
Number 5, for England, James, GoldenEye.
You're late, 007.
I had to stop in the bathroom.
Ready to save the world again?
After you, 006.
Now this is how you hold a grudge. As Alec Trevelyan, Bean portrayed one of Bond's greatest friends and greatest enemies.
Alec?
Back from the dead. No longer just an anonymous star on the memorial wall at MI6. What's the matter, James? No glib remark? No pithy comeback?
A former member of MI6, he fakes his death and establishes a crime syndicate with plans to use the satellite GoldenEye to destroy England's economy, all in the name of revenge.
One of life's little ironies. The son went to work for the government whose betrayal caused the father to kill himself and his wife.
He almost succeeds too, until his plans come crashing down on him.
For England, James? No. For me.
Literally.
We have the tools. We have the will. We journey into hell. But God travels with us.
So you misled me.
Return to your monastery if you feel betrayed.
Number 4, Giddy Up, Black Death. Now this is just painful to watch. As a member of a group of knights on a quest to find a necromancer in a land that is ravaged by the plague.
What is a necromancer?
Necromancer is someone who plucks the dead from the cold earth.
Bean is captured by villagers who've renounced God.
Repent before it is too late!
Refusing to give up their faith in a higher power, the knights are put to death, lucky old Sean included. It's not a clean death either. He's tied between 2 horses who gallop in opposite directions. The result is messy, but fortunately, his death offers one last screw you to his enemies by giving them all the Black Death.
God's fury rains down on you!
God is restored.
Number 3, Holy Cows, The Field.
You still following your father like a calf?
I'll use this to crush your back.
I've a strong back thigh.
This is quite possibly and quite accidentally the funniest death scene out there.
I fought the Yank.
You fought the Yank?
I killed him.
You killed him?
As a young Irish farmer struggling to help his mentally deteriorating father, Bean rushes to his dad's aid during one of his episodes, but ends up running straight into a stampeding herd of cows. What follows is one of the most bizarre yet amazing ways for a character to die that we've ever seen. Those poor cows. Number 2, Bring Me His Head, Game of Thrones.
I learned how to die a long time ago.
Being the good guy can only get you so far. As Eddard Ned Stark, Sean Bean played the Honorable Lord of Winterfell, who risked his family and himself to aid his king in a kingdom that was tearing itself apart.
I am Eddard Stark, Lord of Winterfell, and Hand of the King.
Sadly, his honor ensures his downfall when he gives the Wicked Queen Regent Cersei and her vile offspring Joffrey a way out before he exposes them.
What is to be done with this traitor?
This ends with him on the chopping block with no way out.
Sir Ilyn, bring me his head.
Should have played the game, Ned. Before we unveil the number 1 way Sean Bean has bitten the dust, here are a few blood-soaked honorable mentions. Number 1, My Brother, My Captain, My King, The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring.
One does not simply walk into Mordor. Its black gates are guarded by more than just orcs. There is evil there that does not sleep. And the great eye is ever watchful.
One of the most memorable deaths ever put to film. There is no doubt that Sean Bean's portrayal of Boromir of Gondor was heartbreaking when it came to his demise.
Strange fate that we should suffer so much fear and doubt over so small a thing.
In order to redeem himself after losing his will to the One Ring, Boromir fends off as many Uruk-hai as possible to save the lives of Merry and Pippin. After sustaining several arrow wounds at the hands of the Uruk-hai leader, Boromir dies in the arms of Aragorn, at peace, knowing his kingdom finally has a king.
I would have followed you, my brother. My captain. My king.
Do you agree with our list? What's your favorite Sean Bean death? For more morbid top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
Get straight. It's in our